It seems now more than ever, more people love the idea of living in a small town. And if you're looking to move to Europe, I've put together a list of 4 of the most charming European small cities that you possibly have never heard of. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson. Here at Nomad Capitalist, our team of over 36 people worldwide, our network of global experts, and yours truly work with 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs and investors who want to legally go where you are treated best. You can learn more at nomadcapitalist.com. And today, I came across an index from a group called European Best Destinations, where they talk about charming European cities that perhaps you haven't considered. I've chosen 4 that I think are of particular interest. I'm going to share this with you today. And the first is Braga in Portugal. Portugal's gotten a lot of attention in recent years thanks to its golden visa program, its tax exemptions. People are moving to Lisbon, to the Algarve, even to Porto, which was another small city that's gotten very high reviews. But Braga is rarely talked about, but it's been on my radar for a couple years as a startup capital. Portugal and some folks in the university community there have tried to create a startup industry for people who want to have companies targeting the rest of the world. And they even have a program called Startup Braga. So definitely a very interesting entrepreneurial community there. But from a livability standpoint, many have called Braga the Portuguese Rome. There's lots of history and architecture. It is a center of religion with beautiful religious museums and religious architecture. So definitely a place if you want something that's very affordable. A couple years ago, they had apartments for 25,000 euros. Now, prices all over Portugal have gone up, but this might be a place to go if you're looking for a lower cost alternative, someplace that's a little bit more detached from the big cities, from the hustle and bustle, live in a city of the low 6-figure population. Braga is definitely a place to check out. The second city worth checking out is Cavtat, Croatia. Now, this is a little bit south of Dubrovnik, but as European Best Destination says, it is far from the hustle and bustle of Dubrovnik. It's a quiet little town, has a magical, serene feel. Basically what they say is it's busy enough to keep you entertained, but quiet enough to offer you privacy. The population full-time in Cavtat is a mere several thousand people, but you've got the beautiful red roofs. It's one of these classic cities on the Adriatic that you'd expect from Croatia, from Montenegro, and so Croatia has gotten a lot of attention. My personal opinion on Croatia when I first went there was there aren't a lot of incentives for foreigners to move there compared to, let's say, a Montenegro or a Portugal, or even now countries like Italy or Greece. Croatia just hasn't been as competitive, but a lot of people love the idea of Croatia. And so if you don't want to spend all your time in touristy Dubrovnik and you're looking for a very small town to live within the European Union that has that Adriatic feel, then Cavtat comes recommended. Another Eastern European town in a country that I think doesn't get enough attention is Sibiu in Romania. I've been to a couple places in Romania, haven't been to Sibiu, but there are some beautiful small towns and small cities in Romania. Great architecture, great town squares. They say that Sibiu has deep roots in over 800 years of history, but it's strongly connected to modern-day Europe. And part of how that works in Romania is you have some of the fastest internet speeds you're going to find anywhere in the world. I know that's a common thing people mention when they look at moving overseas, in that they don't imagine that a country like Romania would have these ultra fast internet speeds. It's like it's so fast it basically spills over into Moldova, and they have pretty fast internet too. The magazine calls it a successful combination between valuable built and cultural heritage and a European, cosmopolitan, young, and dynamic city life. So by smaller town standards, certainly you're not going to have all the infrastructure that you would have in a charming small town in Switzerland, for example, but definitely worth checking out if you're looking for a place that's a little bit off the beaten path, that's a little bit up and coming, in a country that might be a little bit more flexible. Definitely a place to check out. Number 4 is one we've talked about before, and a place where I have a home very nearby, and that is Koto, Montenegro. It's a World Heritage Site, beautiful old town that, despite having so much tourism, does still feel relatively authentic. And so Kotor and the whole Bay of Kotor, a beautiful area that you can go and move. Montenegro, relatively tax-friendly country, relatively easy to immigrate there if you're actually committed to staying and living in Montenegro. That is one of their conditions. They even have a citizenship by investment program now that I really never recommend. But if you love the idea of Montenegro, you could do that. Koto is a place, whenever I take people to Montenegro, they love it. Small town life. Just had one of my property experts the other day message me and say, hey, I have some great land right near the old town for sale. If you want to, buy that and build a house. Not only Kotor itself and not only the old town, but some of the villages nearby like Dobrota, or if you want to go to the other side of the bay, Tivat, Donja Lasva, beautiful areas in this whole bay area in a tax-friendly country. Those are 4 charming European cities that you might have never heard of, particularly because they are a bit further east in most cases. What are your thoughts on those cities? Have you been to them? If you have, I want you to share a comment below, please. If you're interested in checking them out, let me know. If there's one you think we've missed, is there a charming European city that's not on people's radar in a country that perhaps doesn't get enough attention? Leave a comment below. I want to hear your ideas for some charming cities that we should talk about. How can Nomad Capitalist help you? 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to make sure you get our new video every day. Number 2, get a copy of Nomad Capitalist, the book. You'll learn a lot of my personal experiences over a dozen years of studying this stuff, as well as exactly some of the strategies that you can use to build your Nomad Capitalist plan. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, you want to come and mingle with like-minded people, learn more about our live conference, Nomad Capitalist Live. It's coming up soon. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to lower your taxes, get a second passport, or build the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle of your dreams, go to nomadcapitalist.com and click on Become a Client.